the day Rufai decides and is able to galvanize the opinion molders in the north to zero down on a P2B, for instance, as the candidate, that will be the end of the Tinubu administration.
Yunus Dahiru on Channels TV analyzing what is already the permutation of many in the north. And El Rufai is disposed to this. Remember, he said it on his Arise TV interview that he wants the candidate that will lead the coalition to come from the south. And the issue of single term will never be an issue if they eventually zero in on P2B, because he is a proponent of single term in office. He repeated it in Washington, D.C. We'll see that in a minute. You see, this needs to be said again. Whether you like El Rufai or not, you cannot deny the role he's going to play in 2027. And there's one question many people need to ask. Why did El Rufai choose this time to leave the APC when many politicians are trooping into the APC, including ones who hold positions like governors, or even ones who don't hold any positions? They are trooping into APC just because they want to be covered or shielded from rigging if they are in another party. But since they are now part of APC, no one can rig them out as far as they are able to secure the party ticket. So something is seriously cooking, and they are mobilizing hard in the north. Don't ever think that Buhari will save Tinubu. No. Buhari can't even stick to his own decision. He can't control people around him. Even when he was in power, he couldn't control the so-called cabal at the time who were working on another candidate instead of Tinubu, the APC candidate at the time. That was why he broke the law on election day and displayed his ballot paper in order to show them that, I actually voted for APC, not PDP, as people were thinking at the time that he was backing Atiku Abubakar. So people must understand that in politics, especially where Nigerians find themselves now, you can't start picking and choosing. No, just recognize your common enemy, and whoever shares that common enemy with you, you must align yourself with him because you now have a common goal. Nigerians must learn how to play politics like politicians. There's no morality in politics. Once you are still trying to get to power, you are still trying to form an alliance and win an election to get to office, you must not start at this level to pick and choose. No, it is when you get to that power, because you have the intention of turning around the fortunes of Nigerians, it is at this time you start doing morality. You start picking and choosing. You start saying, this person, no, he has a very bad antecedent. I can't work with this person. I'll work with this person. He's a competent person. Look at all the companies he managed in the past. I can work with this. I can work with that. That is how it works. But at this stage, you are still trying to get to power. You can't be picking and choosing because you need everyone. That is how it works. You just play blind. This person did this the other time, he did this, that. No, at this stage, play a blind man until you get what you want. This is how it works. The people you are up against, they do worse. They appoint dubious characters, even ex-convicts. They give them party tickets and tell you to your face, you can't do anything. This is the person I want. The difference remains that you want good governance. You must stick to that objective. Theirs is about taking care of themselves, their families, their cronies and associates. They don't give a damn about the situation of the poor or whether they are supposed to change the situation better than they met it. Like you already know, they have halved Nigeria's GDP under 2 years. So these are the differences. People should stop saying, I can't work with this person, I can't work with that person. No, that person might be the only option you have. Because day by day, the opposition is shrinking. They want to turn the country to a one-party state. If you refuse to unite among the entire opposition, then who are you going to work with? You can't do it alone. Also, people must understand why APC have started campaigning for 2027 elections. Election that is still 2 years away, but they have started full campaign. Every time you listen to the news, if it's not the party chairman, he'll be saying APC cannot be defeated, this person is joining, Kwankwaso is joining, this person is not. Everywhere it is politics. There are two reasons for that. Number one is P2B. All his charitable donations, every day you see him donating millions of naira to many nursing schools. They see this as a form of campaign. They say, if you allow this man to be roaming around, donating millions to many schools, all these people, at the end of the day, they will troop out in massive numbers to vote for him. So they see this as a threat. And they don't have any other way to counter that. The only way they have is to start making political moves this early so as to dominate the news. When you hear earth-shaking news that the governor of Delta State decamped to APC with his entire cabinet and the entire PDP structure in Delta State, such a news will dominate the political space for some time. This has also pushed the remaining PDP members. Someone like Saraki even released a statement calling on remaining PDP members to unite. That's if they are all not going to decamp to APC. The second reason is what they see in the north. Remember, they are the party in power, they control all the intelligence agencies, they get all the information on their desk every day. So they know the tsunami coming from the north. That's why they are doing something, so as to be in the news, to show people in the north that they are actually doing something. It's only a tree that will not run after hearing they want to cut it down. So these are the issues. Nigerians must understand that you can't continue complaining when you can do something. Yes, this kind of resistance, you don't need any weapon. All you need is to stand your ground. And you are not flouting any law, you are not breaking any law by refusing to leave after casting your vote on election day. No one can hold you for that. Election is local. You live nearby, organize yourselves in the community and resist. That's the only way Nigerians can win against this criminal structure. You see, Tinubu and APC are the easiest to win in 2027. Look at all the indices. Is it economy? Is it security? Is it anything? Just look around you. The man that holds the record since Nigeria's history, the only time many multinationals left Nigeria, under him, not up to 2 years, remember that. So what will happen by 2027? So people should look beyond all these gra-gra, all this noise. Yes, call it noise because it is what it is. Your life has remained the same or below since they came to power. Definitely below, because more people have been plunged into poverty under this administration than even under Buhari's time. Are we going to talk about borrowings? They borrowed nearly $10 billion in under 2 years. They can't point to specific infrastructural projects they spend that money on. So how are they going to campaign in 2027? What are they going to tell Nigerians that Nigerians have not heard before? And the difference is that they have experienced it. It's very much unlike in 2022 when many people were still shouting the slogans, all the false narratives, he built this, he built that. Now they have experienced it. There is empirical evidence. So people must believe in themselves. Don't let anyone deceive you or frighten you. No. Stand your ground on that day. Let's see how they are going to come out and intimidate Nigerians and win. No, it will never happen. If Nigerians choose not to allow it, it will not happen. Now, let's hear what P2B said in Washington, D.C.
Let me attempt to make comments without saying I clearly understood your question. But quite frankly, for me, with all these things I said, Nigeria remains one country that has incredible potential for turnaround. We have, just like I always say about Africa, and I'll be using Africa and Nigeria have immense potential in terms of natural resources, human capital. I know it needs to be trained, but we have young age, youthful age, 60% of our age, and youthful people, very dynamic, very talented, keep pushing the right way and everything, and all that. And in terms of governance, it's just organize, like I said, competent leadership based on doing the right things. And I believe our political setup today, I've always said, we don't need first 8 years. We don't need second term. Because I think it's part of our problem. We need people to just come for a single term. For me, it's 5 years. I believe whatever you can do. Yes, you might not be able to do whatever you think you're going to do in 5 years. That's what people say. But I say in 5 years, you can show the right direction if you mean well. Clearly, I've observed, and I know that in the first 2-3 years, you can take those decisions that can make the place to be on its right path. We need to change our parliamentary system and bring in a system that will allow. We went too far going into American system of capitalism, in terms of governance system. We need a moderate side where we can be like what is happening in Indonesia or in South Africa, where we have proportional representation in the assembly, where we have opportunity of the president to be answerable properly to the assembly. Today, if you make Peter president, I can decide not to talk to anybody. I can just hire some maybe media talks to be answering and calling anybody's name in social media and everything. So nobody, if the Prime Minister of India travels today, you can go and check. Every Indian knows where he is at all times. Before he leaves the country, he will tell you where he's going. When he arrives there, he will say he arrived there. Then the conversation he will do that. So is the president of Indonesia under Widodo. Everywhere he is. But I can tell you, I don't know where leaders are, what they do. The president said he's going for the retreat for 2 weeks. After that, he extended. Nobody is sure whether the retreat extended for years, but they extended 1 week after. When you chose to be in public life, the public must know where you are. You can stay in your private life. Today, I tell people wherever I'm going. When I arrived in Rome yesterday, people knew I was in Rome. They know I'm here to now. And they know I'm going to live here to California tomorrow. Because you choose a public life. I can choose to go back to my family and decide nobody should know where I am. But you must be answerable to the people. That's why we need to change our political trajectory to have the problem.